How you like that?
Kindly state your name.
It's Thom and Jeff.
Well, I think these guys are pretty darn dope.
Check for sound.
What?
Notice they're high, so this will be a good show.
Yeah.
Podcast number 11 is in your ears, broadcasting inside Studio Nico within the compound known as Trailer Studios, Forestell, Missouri, where the elk are locked up and the celebrated personalities have passed all regulations and conditions in St. Charles County. All podcasts can be found at mythomandjeff.com.
And if you're blind, you need help finding them, like our blind sports guy, Coach here. How are you, sir?
What up, Coach?
Wonderful. How you guys doing today?
Doing good. Good weekend?
Wonderful weekend.
What'd you
Lots
do?
of beer, lots of sports, lots of food.
Yeah.
Do you have any
That's
dip?
Great. I have any dip?
Yeah, was there any dip?
There's
French
always-
onion, clam dip?
There's always dip.
There's always
we
dip.
had gherkin
Bean
dip.
dip.
We had
dip?
boom boom dip.
We
Oh,
had
a little boom
well,
boom dip.
What's boom boom dip?
It's just a family recipe.
It's something you only eat once. I'll tell you that.
Go ahead, taste it.
Coach couldn't see it anyway. I figured
Something
I'd
you
put
give
it
to the
out.
blind guy at your parties for fun.
No. It really is good. Try it.
Can we rent you out to parties? Is that
What kind of parties?
Boom Boom Catering.
boomboomcatering.com or is that .org?
What kind of parties you want to rent me out for?
I don't know. We'll
I
discuss.
strip sometimes on
I
a
need
weekend.
to know your price first. And
Here's $20. Leave me alone.
$2.
A case of beer.
Yeah,
you got
just
it.
give me a case of beer. I'm there.
All right. So here we got a pretty good show for you today. Lots to get to. Just Axon. I got a Just Axon for everybody. And somebody on Craigslist is looking for worn panties. Worn panties.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, sports with Coach here, obviously. We'll get to your emails in a second. And also, I got a, I don't know if you listen to the old program, we did a thing with producer Tim there for a while. What would he rather, or what would he rather? Would he rather? So I just came up with a little concoction. And Scotty Boom Boom and Tom West have known each other ever since meeting at the gay rodeo, where
That was
Had
a
to
long
bring
time
that
ago.
up.
Scotty Boom Boom was just stopping in asking for directions.
And it all started.
Tom was a clown.
He was ready to. No, I was on Scotty Boom Boom's back, and when
Right.
they yanked the rope to scrunch his balls, he darted right out the gate.
And that's when you guys said, we could do this every day.
And he looked at me and he said, "Not today, but maybe tomorrow."
We don't need a damn rodeo to do this. So I just put a little something together to see if Scotty could figure out, Scotty Boom Boom could figure out what Tom West would do.
Are they true and false? Are
It
they?
is just one question.
Is this going to be kind of like the Newlywed Game?
Something like
Where
that.
one leaves the room and then the other one asks the question about,
Well, being as there is really no prize, it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah.
Prize is friendship.
Yeah, a couple of things that we want to talk to you about the website. Obviously, you know the website unless you got this from iTunes, but our website is mythomandjeff.com, and everybody pretty much knows by now, but just in case there's anybody new to the table, Tom is always spelled with an H. So it's mythomandjeff.com, or you can find the podcast on iTunes if that helps you out. All the first 10 are up on iTunes, and also we have a Facebook page. It's the Thom and Jeff Show on Facebook, facebook.com/ the Thom and Jeff Show, I believe is what it is. We need to get a hell of a lot more people on there. We're a little over 600 right now, which is pretty cool. It's only been a couple of weeks, but
Spread the word, my friend.
Spread it like
Yeah.
herpes.
spread it like
I was going to say like butter, but herpes is
either
good
one.
too.
Herpes butter. What do you think? Ooh, that sounds
Here,
delicious.
I got a brand new pustule. Where's the bread?
So I'm at the doctor this morning. Abby, my 12-year-old, has been having ankle problems, and it's just not getting any better. We went to her normal doctor. They tried something, just rest it for a little while, stop playing tennis, stop playing soccer, see if it gets better. It's not getting any better. So they recommended another doctor, and we go there, have an 8:30 appointment. Get there at 8:30. Oh, you're a new patient? Here, fill this out and give us her name and her birthday 17 times on one fucking piece of paper.
It's ridiculous what you got to go through just to have someone.
I mean, there's 4 pieces of paper there, back and front, and I wrote her name and her social security number and her birthday at least 4 times. So we sat there until 8:50, something like that. They finally call us back. They weigh her, and it was a dude, by the way. A dude doing the weight and the height, and then getting us in the room for the initial consultation. So what's going on? Why are you here? I don't know. Look at the few pieces of paper that I've already filled out over the last fucking 20 minutes. That'll tell you.
Oh, by the way, that'll be $40 to fill out all
Oh,
those
yeah.
forms,
By the way,
too.
I paid a $40 copay, yet I did all the fucking paperwork. And this guy sits down and says, so which ankle is it? And I'm like, look on the piece of paper.
Why did I write it down?
So what's your name? Look on the piece of paper.
I guess he was just trying to be personable.
Yeah, well, no, but he was writing things down as he was asking. So when did this happen? Oh, I don't know. Look on the piece of paper. How bad is it on a scale from 1 to 10? I don't know. Look on the piece of paper. Already answered that one, too. So by now it's 9 o'clock, and he says, okay, the doctor will be with you shortly. Okay, guys? Okay, thanks. And he goes out, and then...
He said it just like that?
Yeah, okay, thanks, guys. And we're sitting in there, and we can hear a doctor going up and down the hall, going into different, exam rooms and explaining things to patients and talking to patients and stuff. Now it's 9:10, and now it's 9:15, and Abby's like, dude, I'm missing school here. Let's get this moving. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. So I waited until 9:25, and I opened the door, and there was 2 nurses standing out, just leaning up against the wall in the hallway, and I said, my daughter had an 8:30 appointment. She's got school, and I have to go to work that I'm not getting paid for. So can we please hurry this shit up?
Notice how he threw that in.
Right. And they're like, oh, what's her name? Look on the piece of paper! So she looks and she goes, oh, Abigail Burton. Yeah, she'll be one of the next 2. So they weren't even fucking smart enough to go, oh, she's next. She's one of the next 2. So,
how high was your blood pressure?
Oh,
at this
my
point?
God. I went back in and I slammed the big wooden door, those big wooden doors. I slammed that thing, sat back down, and she's like, so what's the deal? I said, we're going to wait until 9:30, then we're going to get up. We're going to go back to the front desk. We're going to ask for our $40 back, and hopefully I got to take a crap before then because I'm going to kill their bathroom. Then we're going to leave.
Did you kill their bathroom?
No, because at 9:27, the doctor finally came in. We were there for an hour plus the appointment, and paid $40. The actual FaceTime with the doctor was right around, I would say, 120 seconds. Somewhere around there.
Look at the statement when it comes back from the insurance. How much that $3 or 3 minutes cost.
I can't even. Oh, does it hurt here? Yes. Does it hurt here? When it does this, so when did you injure it? And do you feel any clicking? Was there any swelling? No. Let's look at your X-ray. Well, nothing's structurally done wrong. So put this brace on it. Here's a rubber band to do exercises, and let us know how it goes. Thanks. Good to see you guys. Be careful on the road. Bye-bye.
Have fun.
Bye-bye now.
Look at the fucking paper.
Oh. But what can you do? Because I know people that work in doctor's offices, and they have told me that if you have an 8:30 appointment, there's like 4 or 5 people that have 8:30 appointments. Yeah, they overbook because some people will cancel, and then everybody knows you're going to be there forever. So you got 4 8:30 appointments all sitting there at one time.
And you're walking a tightrope, too, because if you're mean or somehow they don't like you, they really have the power to delay you as long as they want.
Yeah, it's like pissing off your waitress.
Right.
Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
You're one of the next 2. I mean, how dumb was that to say? And what's bad is this is in St. John's. I live in St. John's Hospital. I live in Eureka, and we drove past on 5th Street a chiropractic, massage, foot and ankle place. I'm like, why are we not going there? Makes a lot of sense.
Should have made a hard left.
All right, Just Action coming up. Also, so a couple of great stories from Craigslist, but let's do some emails real quick.
Okay. Listen up, mail call.
Well, let's read some emails, shall we?
I got mail.
Mail call. Gather around, everyone.
You got mail, maggot.
Mail call, sir.
The mail's in.
I got mail. Yay!
Once again, mythomandjeff.com if you'd like to send us something. Hey, guys, wanted to wish you good luck. I was sad to hear about you leaving The Point. The show you guys had is what I had come to love about The Point and the reason I listened to it. It always annoyed me how the station played the same song over and over again, but I still listened in the afternoons to support you guys. Best of luck, Bradley Sullivan.
Thank you, Bradley Sullivan.
Thank you, Bradley Sullivan.
This is from Tom Lemon, and he says, first of all, I want to say how thoroughly fucking pissed off I am because of this Bears game, which I don't understand that. That was a thoroughly enjoyable game.
Yeah, the Saints won.
I
thought
know,
that was...
And it wasn't just because they won, Coach. It was because the entire game was just
Are we
so
doing sports yet, or what are we doing?
entertaining. I mean, was it not? It was entertaining.
It was a thriller.
You got J.J. Cutler standing over on the sidelines with his arms folded, looking contemplative. None of his teammates standing around him, showing how much they care about him. Can't imagine what Tom is going through. I bet he is going to have Mitch as his spotter tonight so he can do some autoerotic asphyxiation with a nylon rope. Anywho.
No Mitch, no rope.
My question is, how was the order of your names determined? I mean, Tom always should go first before Jeff, since it's my name as well, too. But why? You guys draw straws, or was it determined by who could suck off a horse the quickest? Jeff clearly won, making him the second name. Also, I would love to come to one of your recordings. Do you think that's possible? I'll bring beer. Your answer is yes or fuck yes. You guys fucking rock. I'll gladly pay for podcasts. Sincerely, Tom Lemon. Thank you very much, Tom Lemon.
I thought you were going to say Tom West.
Tom Lemon. And I love his parties. Anybody ever been to a lemon party?
I haven't.
Oh, those are fantastic. Look that up sometime. Go to
Lemon
Google
party?
And hit lemon party.
What is okay.
You got to go to Google.
Get the damn pay button. I feel like taking advantage of you guys, and I know Tom really likes that, and it makes me feel dirty. P.S. Wolf Pussy. That's from Big Pun out in St. Clair.
Big Pun's in St. Clair now?
Yes, he is.
Tom and Jeff, I've been a dedicated listener of The Point for many years. Not going to lie, still am. The surprise of you two getting let go due to, quote, budget cuts is complete bullshit. You have had the number one rated show on your time slot in the St. Louis area. What were they thinking? Why are you not being on the air anymore makes my day at work much, much worse over the last few weeks. Every day as an adventure, listening to your show. We are fortunate to have radios in our office, at our desks, a reasonable volume, but now I can't wait to get home to listen to your podcast. That's all from Jim Warner, owner, survey specialist of Gateway Site Verification, LLC. Thank you very much, Jim Warner. That's very nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very official. Jeff, holy shit, after a very bad motorcycle accident, I had to have a catheter put in while I was still awake. I feel your pain, my brother. Keep up the good work, you 2 or 3 or 4 or however fuck many there are people having on the show today. Oh, and that's from Brent. Thank you very much, Brent. This one's really super long, but just want to say hello to John Paul Ellis from Ellis Racing. Facebook.com/Ellis Racing 167. They're going to be a part of the program eventually, but it's a racing family, a racing team. They've been around September 2010 is when they decided to use the name Ellis Racing Team. They was born. Amateur rally racing team involved in road rally, rallycross here in St. Louis, in Kansas City, and Indianapolis.
How was the placenta? Was it?
They're going to get much bigger over the next few years. Top 10 in races and every single time that they race. So congratulations to them. That's the Ellis Racing Team. They're big fans of the program.
Thank you, Ellis.
Thanks, John Paul. Much appreciated. Oh, god damn, here's another one.
Coming in and...
hey, I'm listening to Thursday's podcast, and you guys were talking about going to your old houses to look around. Tom went back to his old neighborhood over the weekend, and he had talked, hey, can I just go up to my grandpa's old house, knock on the door, and say, you mind if I look around a little bit here?
Thought I'd stop by.
Left some socks. It says, I had someone knock on my door a few years back claiming to have grown up there and just wanted to see how it had changed over the years. The only problem was that my family had built that house for my grandparents in the late 80s. I politely told him to fuck off before I called the cops. As he was leaving, I saw 3 other big guys in the car with him. Had I not been home, they would have probably robbed me blind. Sorry, Coach. That's from London. So
never really thought about that.
The whole conversation we had about that, I never thought. I mean, what a scam. Hey, yeah, I grew up here. Mind if I look around? Yeah, sure. Next thing you know, you wake up on all fours naked in a freaking woods with a condom hanging out of your ass.
Wee, like a pig.
Or something really bad.
Mouth,
saying, where's my dog Fluffy?
I guarantee you that Coach watched or listened to a lot of sports over the weekend, so let's do some sports.
We're talking baseball, plus football, basketball, hockey, golf, NASCAR, and possibly cricket, 'cause it's sports talk on the Thom and Jeff Show.
You blind motherfucker.
Sports here with a coach. Coach, 38-year-old blind man, right?
36.
36-year-old blind man, just in case anybody's this first time they're listening. But I can tell you that yesterday I did a Twitter update saying that you were going to be on today, And 2 people immediately hit me back saying he's got to be on every week. He's awesome. That guy's great. So
wow, 2 people
feeling some love, right? That's 2 more than like Tom and I. So
okay, so Scott and his wife,
Scotty Boom Boom and Mrs.
Thank you guys
and Mrs. Boom Boom,
Mrs. Boom Boom,
Mrs. Boom Boom.
I told the story of you getting your sperm tested, by the way, over the weekend.
Oh, I was talking to my neighbors that actually did the sperm testing.
Yeah.
They were at the house because we did a birthday party for my son Saturday. And Keith told the story so much better because he said your wife came running over to the house going, and spit it on the microscope. I was like, now come on, now you're taking it and stretching it, the fish story.
My question here is, would you buy a horse from a horse breeder that actually, tested the next door neighbor's human sperm as well?
Crossbreeding works.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Half man, half horse, Sagittarius.
All right, so Coach,
Yikes.
do we get excited about the Cardinals maybe squeaking in on the wild card or no?
Yeah, I think you can. It's 3.5. Atlanta is really struggling. They just went and lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets. And boy, the one problem the Cardinals run into comes into play tonight, where they got to go up against Roy Halladay of the Phillies, who, in my opinion, is the best pitcher in the game. And you're throwing Kyle Loesch. I don't feel too good about that. If you could find a way to steal that game, if nothing else, stay 3.5 back. Yeah, I think you can get excited. I think it is a possibility. But time is running out, and they're going to have to win just about every game from here on out, and that'd be 10 left.
They've won 11 out of 13. I mean,
that's a pretty good run right there.
They are on a run. They are, but they got to keep it going. They got 10 games left. I'd say if you go 8-2, and you get a lot of help,
right?
You're in, but you still got to go 8-2.
It's kind of exciting that we're still actually talking about it, because given a week or so ago, it was like, screw this, it's over with, right?
Oh, I love it. I am so excited, and that at least this game tonight has a little bit of meaning.
Right.
Tonight's nuts. I'm actually.
Oh, tonight's going to be a great one. You got the Rams.
Cardinals, and then I'm actually kind of interested to see what's going to happen tonight in New York.
I was worried about the Rams just getting run over, because last I heard Steven Jackson's not playing, but I haven't heard anything lately.
I don't believe he's starting, but Cadillac Williams did a pretty good job against Philadelphia last week.
Pretty decent backup,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. The one thing that the Rams really addressed this offseason was backup running backs, guys to spell Steven Jackson, and that really paid off with Williams and Jarius Norwood.
And then Amendola, he's not playing, right? Separated shoulder?
Amendola's got the separated shoulder.
Shake it off and get in there,
pussy.
Oh, pussy.
Come on, what is this, baseball? Come on.
Baseball.
My God.
Wow, we had some big injuries yesterday, too, in the NFL. You saw Michael Vick.
Yeah,
leave
concussion,
the
right?
A concussion last night. That may have cost Philadelphia the game. Atlanta ended up coming from behind, for those of you who have to go to bed early.
It was.
Yeah. I haven't seen that much blood on Michael Vick since his last dogfighting party.
Oh!
Thank you.
Oh, apparently he bit his tongue.
Oh, when he got smashed.
Yeah, when he got hit, and it apparently it was his own man,
right,
that hit him, and he bit his tongue, and he had the concussion. I think Philadelphia wins that football game if Vic stays in,
or if Jeremy Maclin doesn't drop the pass.
That didn't help either.
Right at the end of the game, he hit him in a bad spot, right between the numbers.
Right between.
You know, no hands Ryan could have caught that, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on. He probably wouldn't have gotten any yards after the carry because he only has 1 foot, but he could have caught him. Right? You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Hey, I have a question.
All you got to do is catch the damn ball.
If no hands Ron was, and he only has 1 foot, by the way, Coach, if he was a wide receiver in the NFL, he would never actually have a completed pass because he could never get 2 feet in bounds. Have you ever noticed? You know what I'm saying? He could have a hell of a college career.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
That would. It doesn't give too much.
Right.
The question is, would the NFL referees challenge that once in a while? Did he have 2 feet in?
Did he get 2 feet? He doesn't have 2 feet.
If he had 2 feet, they would have been in.
I always thought it was weird. It's got the wooden foot's got fake toenails on it.
That is very strange.
I was like, why the hell do you got to put fake toenails on?
Well, he doesn't have to cut them.
Does he carve them?
No, they're already carved out.
Oh, they don't grow at all.
How lucky is he to have no hands and only 1 foot? He doesn't have to spend his time cutting his nails. I mean, he's got a foot to do. Of course, somebody probably has to do it for him.
Yeah, but he can't enjoy porn the way we can.
That's a good point.
Without a foot?
You know, no hands. Come on. Without the hands.
We've asked him that before.
Jesus
He figured it
Christ,
out. real
Scotty,
early.
what do you do when you watch porn?
How can the guy have a hook on his foot?
He's a grown man. I'm sure he has figured out by age 15 how to jerk off. Trust me.
Exactly.
So who wins tonight in the football, Coach?
I'm going Giants. I think the game will be close. Everybody's down on the Rams after 1 week. I cannot believe what I'm hearing around town. Oh my God, we suck. We're 0-1. And look, guys, you played a team that could quite possibly win the Super Bowl last week in Philadelphia.
And hung with them for a little while.
And did well. Had a few injuries that didn't help your cause either.
Right. But, speaking of injuries, the Giants are also banged up from
Yes,
what
they
I
are.
understand.
They
So
are, but
hopefully they're really banged up.
I'm going to go, let's see, Giants 24, Rams 20. How about that?
24-20.
How about that?
You heard it from the coach.
You take that to Vegas, you will lose 9 out of 10 times.
Are you a hockey fan at all?
Not particularly, although I think you got to be excited. The Blues crank up the preseason tomorrow.
Yeah.
At Scott Trade, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. I think they just started training camp, last Friday, I think it was, something like that?
Yes.
And they're already playing a game?
Yeah,
preseason
it's just
game,
preseason stuff, and they had the prospects tournament, and we had a couple of guys do very well in the prospects tournament. So Phil McRae did very, very well in the prospects tournament. So, I'm that guy that is. I've said this a million times. The Cubs fan of the NHL. I always say this is our season. This is our season, and I'm just not saying for the Super Bowl. I'm saying to make the playoffs.
Don't stop believing.
Can you believe that shit?
Wow.
No
horrible
more.
commercial.
Well, that's just whoever decided to press go on that needs to be fired.
Press and play for poor Carl, who does all the audio over there.
Yeah.
How many times during a game are you going to hear that?
Don't stop believing.
But you guys have yet to touch on the top story, and there were a lot of them yesterday in the NFL. But the one that sticks out in my mind, the one that I really wanted to talk about today, was the final score in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
30-13.
I forgot about that.
In favor of the Saints. And the reason why this is a top story, before we went on air, Thom and Jeff got into this discussion. The Bears host the Packers next Sunday afternoon. And rumor has it that these two want to make a little wager.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe that this wager should be made on air so the millions of people podcasting, downloading, can make sure that the loser of this bet pays up.
So it's the Bears. It's the Packers at the Bears?
Chicago. Am I correct, Tom?
Yes.
Yes, it is at Chicago next Sunday afternoon.
Okay,
That's
so
gonna be a great game.
And
Yeah,
I just say
The game of the week.
straight up wins and losses. Okay, straight up win or lose.
Oh yeah, you can't have a spread here.
Right.
The game's too close.
Right. So you want to take the bet or yes or no?
I don't know what we're betting.
Well, should it matter to you if you're confident that the Bears are going to win?
I don't know what we're betting.
Well, throw something out there. I already threw something out there, and you said no.
I say make it a gentleman's bet.
Well, what you
$1.
threw out there was somebody jerking off while somebody's talking.
Right. We were going to do Coach Who's Blind. We were going to do him a solid and put some porn on and a TV in front of him. You would have a sheet that separates the two of you, and you have to describe what's going on the TV while he jerks off to climax.
I don't want that. Neither one of you got sexy fucking voices. Okay?
All right, well, I guess we can't do that.
I
since
am the
Coach-
loser in that bet. My
No,
team, I'm a Chief
you're
fan.
getting
We've
off.
given up 89 points in 2 games. Isn't that bad enough? I'm not getting off to that.
But you'd be getting off to the movie either way. All right, so you don't want to do that, so we
Let's
can't.
just, hey, how about this? Let's do lunch around the room.
Lunch around the room.
Lunch around the room.
Okay. And it's just straight up whoever wins or loses. No spread, no any of that stuff, right?
Right.
Okay.
And we'll secure exactly where we'll go on Friday.
Okay.
Or
Works for
sometime
me.
during this week.
You
How's that?
guys are so boring.
Well, I mean, what do you want to do?
I don't know, but you let me work on this. By the end of the show, hopefully I got
Well,
something.
we have an entire week to think of something. And if you guys out there want to suggest something,
There you go.
email us at mytomandjeff.com.
Look at the radio professional over there. Well done. You know what I say? Here's my first cast. If I lose, I have to bring in lunch and I have to feed you lunch.
That wouldn't be a very good lunch for me.
You don't want to. You don't want me to. You don't want me to hold the White Castle hamburger up to your mouth while you take a bite.
No, no thanks.
Would you like to lick the cheese off of my finger? Oh, all right. So I was on Craigslist last night, and as I said last time, you just look at the headlines and they draw you in sometimes. This is on the man for woman, St. Louis, North County, and the headline just says, "Who's your daddy?"
Who's your daddy?
So right away you think, okay, it's some guy that's trying to get some girl, and then while he's smacking it from behind, hey, who's your daddy? You're my daddy. Who's your daddy? You're my daddy, right?
Right.
No. Are you missing your daddy? Maybe he wasn't there for you physically or emotionally. Maybe he tuned out once you hit puberty. Maybe he was abusive. Are you hopping from miserable relationship to crappy boyfriend to even crappier boyfriend relationship? Maybe it's time to change things up. Maybe it's time to find a daddy. No, not the kind that wants to spank you or do anything dirty. No.
He just wants to fuck you in the ass.
No, exclamation point.
Oh,
You want
balls.
a dad. You want a daddy who's the type of man that is there for you, a knight in shining armor. He's the guy who will tell you you're beautiful for no other reason than because you are beautiful. He's the kind of guy you can curl up and cry on his shoulder with, and he won't be looking for a way to cut it short or run away. He's the kind of guy who will tell you that new guy you're dating is a douche and point you back to that great guy that you keep passing by. Why? Because daddy isn't out to get laid.
Isn't that called a platonic, boring ass relationship?
No, that's called desperate 39-year-old looking for a 22-year-old piece of ass.
That's called there's a missing persons report out for the person who replied to this. Because he's going to fuck you and cut you up and bury you in his backyard next to the other people who replied to this.
And then he'll go back to the jewelry store that he bought all the nice, pretty little diamonds that he got for you, take him back, get his money back, and you're dead.
Yeah, he's the guy that would go to Claire's in the mall. Look at this ring that Daddy gave me.
That sponsor's gone.
I know,
Every
my finger has
day
turned
begins
green.
with K.
Here's another headline from St. Louis Craigslist Personals Miscellaneous Romance. Could use a massage or some worn panties.
One of the two.
I could use a massage or some worn panties. Either one. I'm 33 years old, South County. Well, it's been a long week, and could you really use a massage? Or just some alone time with a worn pair of panties. I can pay for them if you wish.
Go to Walmart. Pick up whatever you want, sweetheart.
Or it would be a great gift. LOL. Hope to hear from you soon. Ooh, those would be a premium right there. Especially if it was juicy at all.
Those are nice and worn.
How far down the rung do you need to be before you're on Craigslist A, and then 2, you're looking for worn panties on Craigslist?
Yeah.
That's got to be right after the Who's Your Daddy thing doesn't work.
And you don't want to know what comes back to you, because whoever's going to send the panties might have some sort of mixture of blood and shit in it.
Talk slow.
Son of a...
And they're white, and they're about the size of a coffee table. Here's your panties.
And they're the male tidy whities.
Has the yellow stain on the front.
Oh,
bonus.
That fart hurt.
That's a bonus right there.
Let's just put those over your head and take a big whiff.
The only thing I've ever done on Craigslist besides show prep.
Here's your panties.
There you
Scotty
go.
is hooking you up right now.
Oh.
Is this the minute-long one?
Oh, my God.
Somebody crack a window. Can we bust the top off of this
It's
thing?
getting wet.
That sounds like a dirt bike. Didn't it? At the end there?
Head the term skin marks.
Wow. You're going to have to go get yourself a brand new pair of Fruit Looms.
What do you think that guy does with the worn pant? Does he just turn around and resell them once he's done?
How do you know
No,
it's
you're
a
never
guy? It
done.
could be a girl.
It's the beginning of a collection.
You ever seen those bars with the bras hanging up? His room probably looks like that, with dirty panties. Oh!
How about a Just Action?
DirtyPanties.com.
Dirty panties.
That's our mirror website.
The Thom and Jeff Show. Just axin'.
So yesterday it was a rainy day. And I drive like a grandma anyway, right? It was a rainy day. Julie's aunt, who has had all the mice problem, go over to her house because she has a Corvette sitting in her garage. That it's what's the anniversary edition? Is that 03? No, 05. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember when they were first made, but it said 50-year anniversary. So anyway, it's sitting in her garage, and the last time I was over there, I went to roll the windows up, and I noticed the battery was dead. So she said, can you come over sometime and jump it for me? And I said, sure. So went over there yesterday, and I jumped her Corvette with her Hummer H3. How you doing?
Oh, that's nice little arsenal of buggies.
Yeah. So anyway, I got it started right away, and she said, hey, can you go get gas in it for me? And I said, yeah, that's fine, because it probably needs to run for a little while anyway, so the battery will charge back up, right?
Did you say how many miles?
How many miles are on the thing?
Yeah.
41,000, I think,
wow.
something like that. Yeah. So I said, sure. So she gave me her credit card, and I went up to a gas station, and I pulled in, and immediately this guy gets out of a sob and goes, oh, what year's your Corvette, man? And I thought about just going with it, but I didn't know what year the Corvette was, and, people that are into Corvettes really know what year they are just by looking at them.
I would imagine the Corvette community is much like the Jeep community,
right.
Much like the Bug community. And everyone goes to the conventions.
Sure, and you wave to each other.
Are you going to Boise in March?
There's a rally. There's a Corvette rally in Boise.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
We're all going to park in Steak and Shake and wax our tires.
The ones that are creepier, the old Willies.
Yeah.
Because you're going to a Willie convention.
Willies everywhere.
Or how about the El Camino convention?
Oh, nice. El Camino.
So how many people do you think are on the sex offender list that are at that little rally?
Got plenty of meth. No teeth, and an El Camino.
With a tarp in the back.
With $4.32 in my pocket.
I won shiniest El Camino sex offender division. So I'm at the gas station, and the guy says, what year's your Corvette? And again, I was like, do I just act like I know, or do I just come clean and say, oh, it's not mine? And since he was in a nice car, I was like, oh, it's not mine. I don't even know what year it is, blah, blah, blah. And I told him why I was in it. He said, oh, well, you should tell her you need to drive it for a long time, so I can go out cruising in the thing. So I get gas, I get some air in the back right tire, and then I get out on 44, and, well, for me, I just punched it. I got all the way up to 79 miles an hour.
Wow,
know,
you
crazy.
daredevil, you. 79?
No, well, it was raining. So that was part of it. It was raining. And I was in a car that, I'd never driven before. You know what I'm saying?
You're still a pussy.
and I'm a pussy. But here's my question. The few stoplights I was at, I just kept looking straight. Because you know how much shit we've whipped on, people in fancy cars over the years where they sit, at the stoplight and look around and make sure everybody's looking at them in their fancy car.
Maybe give a, punch it, rev the engine a little bit. Or make sure you're... whatever you got in the CD player is pumping loud.
Well, it's funny to say that.
Because you got the system to go along with the nice car, so everyone needs to hear you, cranking Tupac.
Have you ever done that, like pulled up next to somebody in your car and just played like the dumbest fucking song you can find, like Air Supply?
I'm walking on sunshine.
And just sit there and sing it and just watch these people look at you like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Well, Don't worry. Be happy.
I was rocking out with Kid Rock at the time.
Nice. Oh, well,
so I didn't know if I was channeling my inner Hoosier.
Was it American Badass?
No, it was the summertime song. What was that?
All Summer Long.
Yeah, All Summer Long. It just happened to come on the radio, so I turned it up. And I started thinking, am I first of all, am I a hypocrite for giving, the BMWs and the Corvette owners of the world shit all the time? And then here I am cruising around blaring Kid Rock.
Well, you were helping somebody.
Corvette.
You were helping somebody out, but I got to ask you, did you enjoy yourself?
I did. Oh, you know what? I've never driven a Corvette before. If anybody else here has, I don't know, Coach, have you?
I have.
Okay.
I was just getting ready to say. I only drove it once.
And he took the back way. He took all the windy roadway.
All I'm saying is I'd probably never own one, but I get it. I get it now. Why
you understand?
Oh my goodness! Because it's just a different animal. But I would rather have the Hummer H2 or H3 that she has than the Corvette any day.
See, the Hummer is just ostentatious. I mean, the thing gets what, 4 miles a gallon?
Oh no, the H3 is 20 something.
Oh really?
Yeah,
really?
I believe so. Because when she first got it, I was driving the Trailblazer. She said, "Oh, it gets about the same as that, so it's not in the teens." I'm assuming, unless somebody out there drives one and can tell me that I'm wrong. But the H3, that's the smaller one.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
now I know what you're talking
but
about.
I'm sure it's still not. If it's 22, that's probably a lot. That's a lot of going downhill too.
Better than my car.
But it made me think of one of the funniest jokes you've ever told me, Tom, which is the difference between a porcupine and a BMW.
Right.
Yeah, the pricks on the
Pricks
inside.
on the inside. of the BMW.
I think of that every time I see some douchebag in a BMW. You know, I'm sure there's people that drive BMWs that are fine. You know,
I
but
love
90%,
BMWs.
Oh God,
I love them.
Tom, that is a great fucking
That's
joke. I've
good.
never heard that.
Yeah. The guy that I saw at the gas station, he was driving a Saab 900. That's what I had when I was down in Springfield. I mean, it was a piece of shit, but Saab is my all-time favorite car.
Really?
All-time, yeah, that I've ever owned is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Even though it had shitty-ass clutch problems the entire time I had it. And I realized after about 2 years why. It was because the guy that worked on it for me, I always paid him in weed.
Oh, nice. Oh, I need a starter and an alternator. That'll be half an ounce.
Right. But what we did wrong, I realized it took me a year and a half, was we always smoked first, and then he worked on my car.
I was just going to say, you just tell him to smoke after.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I think I finally figured out what's wrong. You're high. That's what's wrong.
Coach, what's your favorite car you ever owned?
Ever owned?
Yeah.
I've never had one that was insured. That's the bitch of it all.
It's a bitch trying to get insurance.
Yeah,
for
that's
a
why I
blind
can't.
guy.
I can't own. It's hard for me to actually go out and buy a car.
Well,
you know what I wanted to do though? One time when I was in St. Charles, I walked. I was probably 20, 21 years old, and I walked into where you get your driver's license, the DMV.
Right.
And I had my cane with me, and I walked up to the counter and I asked the lady where I go to take my driver's test, and she told me, I swear she told me, well, right down that hallway to the left.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
I'm here to redo my iPad.
She believed me.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine doing that to a bank? Like pretend like you're robbing a bank, and they actually put the bag in front of you.
There's a story. Wait a minute.
I was just kidding.
No, there was a blind person in Tennessee who went in and tried to, I believe it's Tennessee, years ago, tried to rob a bank. Said he was blind, and you'll have to look that story up online, though.
Here would be kind of funny is to have Coach or Tom, you could do it because they wouldn't know. Call an insurance company or an insurance guy and get quotes for your car insurance and tell them that you're blind. Just see how long it takes for the guy. You know what I mean?
Hi, thank you for calling State Farm. How may I help you? My name is Jim. Yeah, Jim.
I can't
Listen,
seem to
Jim.
keep insurance. I've had 11 accidents this week.
I am a totally blind owner of a 2008 BMW.
Well, we give discounts for 2020 vision. Well, mine's zero.
Yeah, that'd be the 7 Series. How much is that going to run? Man?
That's a nice BMW, sir. Yeah, that's what I hear.
What they tell me.
What color is it? I have no fucking idea. I'm blind.
It's actually not a BMW. It's a Gremlin.
Yeah.
It feels like it's
But I don't know the difference.
Come to think of it, it's a golf cart.
So Sunday morning, is it Sunday morning? Yeah, Sunday morning I had breakfast with a friend. Okay. And I was at the little Michelle's Cafe there in Eureka. And by the way, if you like biscuits and gravy, I wouldn't drive all the way from the city for them, Tom. But if you ever find yourself,
in and around the area?
Yeah, waking up in a trailer in Eureka, stop by Michelle's before you go home.
Love the B&Gs.
Oh, so good. It was really, really good. But anyway, we were, discussing things, and probably an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, we sat there. When we first got there, we were the only ones there. Then, it started at like 8 o'clock. People started shuffling in and out and whatever. But over the span of an hour and a half, 2 hours, I swear we probably each drank a pot of coffee. And then with the B&Gs, it was like 17-something bucks. I gave her a 20, said, thank you, have a nice day.
Damn.
My first thought was...
What
You're
a
gonna
cheap
shit your
tipper.
brains out.
Right. My first thought was, wow, we drank a lot of coffee. You know what I mean? And at what point can she just go, hey, look, you guys,
She was probably expecting a little bit bigger of a tip.
Well, this is when we were walking out. Okay. This is when I paid her. So my whole point is, at what point can you just, because coffee's free. Coffee's free. Where somebody decided one day that you can drink all the coffee you want, but if you want 2 OJs, you're paying for both of them. I don't understand that, first of all. And second of all, at what point do you need to start going, can you charge me for 2? Because we each had a pot of it. I kind of felt bad.
Same thing with the bread. When did they cut you off on the bread?
And the butter and all of that.
It always amazed me when I was a waiter that people would just sit there and it's like they've never had a piece of bread with a piece of butter on it before. they sit there and they just basket after basket after. Oh, this bread! I mean, it was good bread, but
Right.
it's fucking bread.
Right, and you did order other food, right?
Right.
I mean, what are you, a prisoner? I got to give you bread over and over again?
See, I'm a bread guy. I'm the guy that does that.
And the other thing is, if you got kids there, that's a really good thing to keep them happy until they're, Muscatoli shows up or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Muscatoli.
I think it's Muscatoli.
Muscatoli.
last I heard, anyway. But you know what I mean? If you're going to give me free bread, I'm going to stuff it in my kid's face until you bring out their spaghetti or whatever the hell.
Then
it
you
is.
take spaghetti home. You got dinner next night.
See there. Oh, and can we have some bread to go? And then you get a soda to go too, and soon you're screwing them over.
Oh, the best is Olive Garden.
What do you mean?
The bread.
Well, that's it. Breads. Oh, they got good salad and breadsticks. If you ask anybody, hey, how's Olive Garden?
Right.
Oh, they got great breadsticks and.
Yeah, their regular
Soup.
food's kind of just
How's the
and
pasta?
salad.
I don't fucking know.
I mean,
But their breadsticks and salad are
How's
awesome.
How's the Alfredo sauce?
That's the best thing you can say about the restaurant.
Then there's a problem.
There's something going on there.
I think I've been there twice, and I think both times I had breadsticks, salad, and soup.
Yep.
And I think that was it.
That's what they do.
More bread, sure.
It's like, what is it, $6 or $7 or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's an all-you-can-eater, too.
Yeah. I don't know. We dined it. Remember when you used to dine and dash when you were a kid? Anybody ever do that?
I never did it.
You
You
can't
never
pull
did
that
that?
off if
Never
you can't
did it.
see.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Try that once with your eyes closed.
He dashed right into the register.
You're in the restroom going, I made it.
Why is my voice echoing? Hey, look at the guy with the cane on the ground in the corner over there. Did he pay?
Your
That
voice
just
sounds
sucks
familiar,
for
man.
a server. Has anyone ever walked out on you and you were the server? You know how
not that I
bad
can
you
think
feel?
of.
I know people
It
who've had that happen.
It happened twice with me, and
Really?
yeah, it sucks.
What happens to you? They don't take it out of your pay or anything, do they?
No, you get, the first time you get, hey, you really got to pay attention here, don't worry. And the second time was, you know what? I'm not going to do it, but if it happens again, it's coming out of your,
I
pocket.
don't see how you can blame the waiter or waitress for that.
Yeah,
I don't
especially if it's a
understand
busy
that.
restaurant.
And then it never happened. Like I said, it only happened
I mean,
twice with me.
if you're handling more than 2 tables, my God, how can that be your fault?
Yeah.
You can't sit there and watch over a table just in case they might try to walk out. And what are you supposed to do? Go tackle them? You know what I mean?
Or another good one is like one of those gift cards,
Yeah.
and they just slide it in the folder or whatever the hell they
With
give
the
you
bill,
with the bill, and then you get up and then you
Hey, thanks,
Pretend like-
appreciate it. Bye bye.
pretend like you're going to the bathroom or something, but you kind of sneak out the door, and then they go, "Oh, asshole just walked out on me."
So you've never done that? You've just heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Back in, I think it was like high school. The easy thing to do would be at Denny's on a Saturday or Sunday morning
When they're slammed.
Yeah, because there's so many people standing around the front door that are waiting to be seated. You can just get up and walk through the crowd and just go out the front door. And I did it a handful of times because I was a dick, obviously. But,
And probably had 23 cents to your name too.
Right, that was the other reason.
No, but
I'm not paying because I can't.
Or if you do the jury in, you can sit in the lobby and pretend to read a paper for about, or actually read the paper for 10 minutes, and then casually stroll over to the complimentary continental breakfast.
Now that sounds like something you have done before.
I have done that before.
You have
I got
done that
myself
before?
some cinnamon toast.
I think we did that on the road a couple times. Didn't we stop at a hotel?
They got an assortment of pastry
I thought we
and
did
or
that
muffin.
Right,
All
sure.
you can drink coffee and juice.
Sir, what is your room number? 13. Thank you, if you could. Yeah, I'm just
I'm
going to
with
go over
the,
here and use the bathroom
Underhills.
in the lobby. I'll be over there.
Go ahead and charge that
To the
To the Underhills account, please, and thank you
so much.
All right, I got what could be a brand new game. You
John
ready?
Cock Toasted.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny
Johnny
Cocktoast.
Cocktoast with the thing and the. Ready for what could be a brand new game if this goes over well?
All right.
How well does Scotty Boom Boom know Tom?
I would say pretty well, but maybe not as well as everyone
We've been friends for a while.
About, 16 years or better?
Something like that.
Okay.
Probably about as long as you guys have been on the air together.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
How long has that been?
It's been
96.
Yeah.
So
96
that's when I met.
96 years?
That's when I met.
No,
Tom.
that's when the morning show started.
Oh.
That's when the morning show started. So
Feels like 96 years.
Where'd we meet? At the
the Adams Mark. Adams Mark.
Hotel.
We did a
We played
remote.
in the morning.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so here's the deal. You guys
You
have known
remember
each
it
other.
well, don't you?
Oh, yeah, that was great. It's awesome. I remember going up to him and saying, "Are you that singer, that band?" Is that right?
News at 5, right?
Next thing you know, that the incredible CD, The Whale, came out. Awesome.
I think it was Clear Day that got the attention. Actually.
It was.
I would
Clear Day.
imagine so, yeah.
That's what it
And then all the hits just started coming.
Oh yeah, it was just a piece of cake after
Okay,
that.
quickly before I get into this, am I an idiot or was it a good call to purchase off of iTunes on the way here, Puddle of Mud's Away From Me? You know that song?
Yeah.
And where are they getting charging $1.29 for that song, by the way?
Are they charging $1.29?
It was $1.29.
A lot of them are
Did
doing
you
that.
really want to hear that song?
Yeah, I really
Obviously.
did. Yeah, I really did.
$1.29.
And what's really sad is I have it in my iPod at home, but I was just listening on the iPod on my
phone, and you
phone.
didn't have it.
And I was like, $1.29, who cares? And then as it's downloading, I'm like, those fuckers just got $1.29 out of me for
Well, they probably got like 66
60
cents.
cents.
something
Yeah.
like that.
But you know what I'm saying? I have the CD at home and the song in my iPod, and halfway over here I was like, "Ooh, I gotta have it now." And I was just thinking it would be 99 cents. Why? Because it was a single.
See, that's the kind of shit that we'll make money off. Someone will go, I need the Thom and Jeff show.
Right. Let me know the first time you have that conversation.
I
Now
don't
we're going.
understand-
Good segue. Good segue.
I don't understand why I got the Thom and Jeff show for $4, but I did it anyway, and I feel kind of nerdy too.
All right. I wish we could have had time for Tom to answer this question without you in here.
Okay.
But
I
Here,
can
you
walk
want me-
away if
you want me to go out, or you
Yeah,
want
leave-
him to
leave
go
the-
out?
no, he needs to go out.
All right, I'll go
because you
out.
need to write down your answer first, or at least tell us your answer first.
Go get me another cup of coffee, Boom Boom.
Coffee's
Fuck
right
you, you
there.
blind motherfucker.
Let's get us a round of bread.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you go try taking a shit by yourself?
I'll be right back. I'm stepping out.
There's no reason why I, as a sightful man, had to have a colostomy bag. The blind dude should have a colostomy bag. It'd be easier on him, don't you think?
Potentially.
Potentially, but I don't know.
But if it started leaking,
Is he gone? Oh, close
What do
the
you got?
door when you pee. The trickle's
He
gonna
never
be,
does that.
The trickle's going to be heard on the podcast. All right, so here's the thing: you are incarcerated for a crime that you did not commit. That crime is performing fellatio on wayward customers at the Muni. Okay,
So,
but you
I'm
did not do it.
I'm being accused of
You're
sucking
being
off
charged
people
of
at the
sucking
Muni.
off strangers in exchange for money.
Okay.
Facing jail time, the judge has an idea for you. So you, the judge, the prosecuting attorney, and your defense attorney all retire to his chambers. Behind the closed doors, he says you can walk immediately as a free man and be compensated $500, subject to taxes, for your time and your record wiped clean. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you're going to go to jail for this crime, even though you know you didn't do it, right?
Right.
So he says we'll drop all charges if you are if you're willing to suck off everybody in the room, and everybody in the room is going to sign an agreement stating they'll never speak of this again, and if anybody ever does speak of it again, you get $500,000 tax free. Would you do it? Yes or no? Facing jail time. Or suck off
Four guys. I got to suck off four guys.
3 guys, judge and 2 lawyers, the defense attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Nobody will
Why do I gotta
ever.
suck off my own lawyer? I'm paying him.
That's his pay, I guess. I don't know. It's not. It wasn't my idea. It was the judge. The judge is the one who, and the attorneys obviously agreed to this because they want to get a nut. But the thing is, you didn't do it, so you may or may not be found innocent. But either way, Tom West is always going to be connected to. It's like, hey, are you a kid toucher? No. Well, everybody's always going to go, well, he was accused of it. So what's your answer?
That's a conundrum.
I know it is.
Because I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, but do you? I mean,
And I don't want to have a cock in my mouth.
well, now wait a
Times-
minute though.
times
You,
3.
you need to weigh this out now.
Okay.
Think about how many cocks you might have in your mouth if you go to jail,
or in your ass.
exactly. So now you gotta you gotta think long
At
term.
least the
If I went
judge
to
and the
jail,
2
no
attorneys are on your terms. In jail, you may be somebody's bitch.
All right, unzip.
I got a feeling Tom probably would be.
Did you just say unzip times 3?
Unzip all of them.
All right, Scotty, come on in.
I'm not proud of it.
Okay.
So did he just tell you, or did he write it down?
No, he just told me. You don't need to write it down. That's fine. Okay, so here's the deal. How well does Scotty Boom Boom know Tom West? Tom West is currently incarcerated for a crime that he did not commit. That crime is performing fellatio on wayward customers at the Muni during the summer season. The height of your BJ business, Tom, was during a 4-night run of La Caja Falls, by the way.
Oh, thanks. This is the crime that I did not
Yeah,
commit.
that he did not commit, allegedly. While lucrative at $47.50 per BJ, $50
Exact change only.
$50 for the $50 for the no cleanup package. It was indeed illegal, though you say you were framed and you never did such things to such people. Facing extended jail time, the judge seeks a private meeting in his quarters with you and the 2 attorneys involved. Your lawyer, the prosecuting attorney, and the judge all close the door behind you after you enter the judge's chambers. Here's the judge's deal.
Oh, shit.
You, Tom West, could walk immediately a free man and be compensated $500 subject to taxes for your time and your record wiped clean if you suck off everyone in the room. The judge, the 2 attorneys. Everyone in the room is willing to sign an agreement stating they will never speak of this again or have to pay you, Tom West, $500,000 tax-free. If you decide against the judge's deal, you will in all likelihood be found innocent, probably, but your name will forever be linked to sucking off strangers for money in the parking lot of the Muni. Scotty Boom Boom, what do you think Tom West will do?
Wow. Let me think about that. My initial response would be no, because, you know, if he admits this, then Mitch may be true.
And pissed off.
Jesus, Tom.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. It's called poker face.
Poke you in the face.
What do we do here, friend? What do we do here, friend? Oh, man. And he'll be like linked to like a offender for a long time. For
Right. This. Plus in jail for X amount of time and be somebody's bitch in jail, most probably. Look at the guy. Or suck off 3 guys. One
Boy,
he kind of knows.
you were super high last night.
A little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Jesus.
But if he sucks off the 3 guys behind closed doors, nobody will ever hear of it.
For sure, no one ever hears of it.
Yeah, because all 3, including the judge, have to sign a
Shit,
agreement.
Tom, has this happened before? We just don't know.
I got this off of CaseNet, just in case. I searched Tom
The names
West.
have been changed.
Right.
Oh, shit. I would say, gosh, man.
For 16 years.
And you know you didn't do it.
But he's most probably going to be found innocent. But either way, he's going to go to jail, or if he's found innocent, his name will forever be connected to sucking off dudes at the Muni.
Right, right.
Or you give 3 blowjobs, and you're done.
Fuck. Tom, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say yes.
That's what I said.
Yeah! Right! Hell yeah, that's my boy.
I said unzip.
Suck it away, my friend.
Go right ahead.
I didn't say anything about where if they can dump it on your chest or what happens.
Why you got to get so specific?
Well, here's a question for you. If you were to go ahead and do that, and now you got 3 hard ones staring you in the face, is it, I mean, where do you got to go with it? You know what I'm saying? It's like that first time you're with someone, you don't know where you're supposed to unload, so to speak. Is it better to take it in your mouth or on your chest, or give him the white knuckle shuffle once he taps the top of your head?
Here, I'll just hold a towel in front of my face.
Touche.
There you go. There's one load. Next.
Next.
Oh,
What'd
I
you
do
say,
it
Rich?
3 times.
Oh.
And what if the guy just fucked his wife last night and he can't come?
Do you have to do it one at a time, or like a
Oh
like
no,
a
one at a
gang
time.
situation?
One at a time. Therefore, like he's doing one, and the other 2 will be stroking themselves to.
Oh my God! Oh, that is just.
I still yes.
Yeah, but I'm not going to jail.
Judge was 62, so it's going to take him a while. By the way,
Well,
Just
that's
so you
that
know.
whole thing of like, would you suck a dick for $1 million if you were on the front page of the newspaper with a cock in your hand, open mouth,
Tax free.
tax free, $1 million.
You know, about 10 years ago, I'd have probably said yes, but $1 million right now, while it would solve a hell of a lot of problems, you know what I mean? $1 million ain't what it used to be.
It's still $1 million.
$1
Oh
Still
no,
$1 million.
I understand. Okay, would you do it?
Yes.
Picture on the picture on the front of the post. Just well, nobody buys the post anymore. Picture on the something that people buy. What? The internet.
Maxim magazine.
Oh, I see. What
How about the front page of Google? You go to Google.com, there's Tom West with a cock in his mouth.
No.
Tom West with a
Take
cock
that
in his
back.
mouth, but the caption is, yeah, but it's $1 million fucking dollars.
Take it back. No.
$1 million can buy a lot of mouthwash.
I'll take the case of scope.
Can you break $1 million? Hey, that's the guy from Google that was sucking a dick. That's him. Shit, Tom, I'd have done it too.
So I went to Chicago.
Also, that was Richard Pryor there for a second.
I went to Chicago this weekend.
How was the service, by the way?
What do you mean? I drove.
How was the service of the dead person?
I thought you meant service on the flight.
No.
I was like,
how was the service because you had a relative die?
Yeah, it was good to see a lot of relatives that I hadn't seen in a while. It was obviously a sad occasion.
Sure.
But,
you tell them to listen to the podcast?
No, actually, I told probably a half a dozen to a dozen people. Oh, so what are you doing now? Your mom said you were doing some podcast, and I literally said, don't do
listen to it.
Don't do it. And then my father said, it's out there forever.
That's the same guy that on the way to marrying the stripper, he said, you don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this, son.
And you know what? I wish it would have been next weekend or the next time you have a relative die, let me know.
Oh, sure. You'll be the first. You'll be the first one to get the phone call.
You'll be the first to solicit the podcast.
Just really quickly before you get back to your story, as far as spreading the word about the Thom and Jeff show, tomorrow it looks like our brand new stickers will be in tomorrow.
Awesome.
They are kick ass
How about
too.
that, huh?
You should. These things are really, really cool.
Yeah. Thanks to John from TCal's Graph Picks in Arnold. You can see him on Facebook. Just do T-CALS on Facebook, and you'll find the guy. So anyway,
so go to have the service, and then we went to he didn't want a funeral, so it was a big picture of my Uncle Neil, and then there was his urn there, and he liked to fish a lot. So they had his tackle box out and all of his fishing poles and his fishing hat and all the fish that he caught, pictures. It was really, really nice and touching. And then afterwards we went to a restaurant and everyone had pizza, pasta, and that was that. And then
all the breadsticks and salad you could eat.
It wasn't an Olive Garden.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
It was not an Olive Garden. Nonetheless, right after that, like 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, start to drive home. But I had to hit the Kohl's first to get Bears gear.
Sure.
Right. So my brother and I are running through Kohl's like, two kids in a candy store getting Bears this.
Because living in St. Louis, you don't have all of that.
You don't have all that
just
crap.
readily available. Right.
So get back in the car and start driving. Now, I still got my suit on, and it's starting to get uncomfortable. And I'm like going, I really want to change, but I don't want to get off the road. And where the hell am I going to change?
Right.
I go, okay, I'll change at a rest stop. And literally, when I thought of that, it says rest stop 2 mile or 1 mile ahead. Next rest area 20 miles ahead.
So you're going 2 as opposed to 20, right?
I'm going to the first. I went to the first one.
Yeah, go to the 2 mile. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I get in there. There's nobody in the parking lot.
Right.
Right. So thank God. So I went in and I took the handicrapper.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's always a good call.
I had my roll-on luggage with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the thing down. So you never want to touch your feet or change your. I had to change my socks.
Sure.
I didn't want to touch the ground, so I had the suitcase open with my outfit that I'm going to change into, ready to go while my feet's inside the suitcase.
Right.
And at this point, I'm just in my underwear, and
And that's when George Michael walks in.
Well, someone walked in and knocked on the door, and I said, someone's in here. And I hear back, I know.
Oh, no.
Lies to me, son?
I know how much. Is that where this is? This is not where this
No,
is.
it's no.
They started sliding a 20 underneath the.
And I'm froze like I'm frozen right now,
Right.
going, what do I see?
Right.
No. And it felt like 3 minutes, but it probably was only 10 seconds. I hear the sink, and then I hear the paper towels, and then the doors. He walks out the door,
Right.
and I'm the only one. I finish changing, and walk around going, "What the fuck was that?"
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Did you look at the wall and it say "Be here at 12:30"?
No. And
if you want to suck me off, drag some luggage into stall 3.
I'm flipped out. I'm flipped out. I don't. So I'm splashed some water on my face, and as I walk out of the rest area, I see this guy getting into a pickup parked right next to the car, and he peels out, and that's it.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Be glad that you didn't get ass raped at a truck stop or whatever it
Kick
was.
his ass, Seabass.
Yeah, be glad you weren't Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. That's all.
No, but I still don't understand what the hell that was all about. I don't know.
Probably he
You
was
never
looking.
will.
He was looking for some sort of connection and realized that it wasn't you, and I guess he left. I don't know. Was your car broken into?
No.
Were you by yourself? So
Yeah.
you were by yourself.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
That's what I said. What am I supposed to do with that?
You think he downloads the podcast?
It was in
Fuck off, you jerk off!
It was in the middle of Illinois.
I don't know what you do with that. I don't know.
Did he have a good ass?
I didn't look. I was fucking scared.
Was he a good kisser?
I was fucking scared. I didn't know if. And then I think, oh, what if he starts to follow me?
Right.
I got all these things going, and then I was like, and then I come to the conclusion, what the fuck was that? And I pretty much had the same answer that you just gave me. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
I don't
another
know.
segment, though.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that? Ain't
Is that
a bitch?
something or not?
Is that what the fuck
What
was
the-
that?
Maybe he was one of your lawyers or your judge.
Coming back for seconds. I decided to talk unless you start sucking.
I got 500
I recognized
grand.
the car. Didn't I see you at the Muni?
What are you off the clock? I mean, come on. You know, when I didn't even think about that. If you sucked off to one of those 3 guys, one of the attorneys or the judge, I mean, they could always come back at you and go, give me one more, or else I'm going to start talking. You know what I mean?
But we signed it. If they start talking, I get $500,000.
Okay, so then go to the press and tell everybody, hey, I sucked these 3 guys off and they didn't give me my $500,000.
Oh, now you're putting me in a position.
I didn't even think about
So
that.
no
till
one.
now.
I take that back. No,
I was just going to second that with you, Tom.
no cock.
Sorry, I've already sent the email to the judge.
Here's a cock with a circle and a line going across it.
No cock.
That stands for no cock. No cock.
Cock-free
This
zone.
is a
Thank you very much.
cock-free zone.
Where's Kara? She needs to get that tattooed.
That's where she is.
There are some shoplifters in Tasmania who are stealing meat and selling it off. 5 people stole over $1,000 worth of meat from supermarkets, and then they go to the Tasmanian people and say, hey, I got ribs, chops, roast, T-bone, sausage, links, fillets, porterhouse, loins, ground chuck, chicken legs, wings, breasts, or giblets. Which would you like?
And they're in the back of my car.
And they're
Can you imagine buying meat off of some? Hey, man, check it.
They're wholesalers.
Really. And you open up the trunk and there's styrofoam coolers there. Have your pick, $20.
That ain't
Go
no
ahead.
Swan. That ain't no Schwann's truck out
I
front.
don't know what kind of I don't know what kind of currency they have in Tasmania, but here's 3 Tasmanian coins. I'll take the loin.
I guess that's the Tasmanian version of the Schwann's lady or the Schwann's guy. I guess. I don't. Have you guys ever had that food, by the way?
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
I had it for the first
Hold
time.
on, what, Tasmanian food?
No, Schwann's food. You ever had the Schwann's in your mouth?
No.
Okay. No, the Schwann's guy, the guy that drives around it's home delivered food.
I don't trust that. I don't trust that guy.
Oh my God, that food is so good.
It's expensive, but it's good.
The meat guy who drives around.
It's
I don't
not
trust.
just meat; it's every single.
Oh, yeah,
it's,
ice
it's
cream.
a grocery store on wheels. The biscuits, I can tell you the biscuits,
Awesome.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
Never
phenomenal.
had the biscuits.
Oh, so good. But
Yeah, you have.
got the smoothies.
I have?
The
Yep.
smoothies
Oh.
were not liked in my house. So
I gotta. You gotta see. I mean, you don't know where.
you do see that he brings it to you.
I know, but I don't know where. Just because it's shrink wrap doesn't mean that it's
not.
good.
It's not shrink wrapped. It's the exact same thing as what's in the store. Only he just brings it to you.
So they're not like in sealable.
Yeah, they're all sealed up and then
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean,
refrigerated
Yeah, but who
truck
knows
and-
what happened? I mean, maybe Joe back at the office did it and came on it before he put it in the seal wrap.
Are you accusing the Swans people of doing that?
I didn't know that.
There
was,
goes another fucking sponsorship.
No, I didn't even know that. I thought you made up the company name. I didn't know that was the actual name.
You never
of the
heard
company.
of the Schwann's truck?
I've heard of. I guess that's what it was. I've seen the meat trucks,
Yeah.
but I didn't know the name of the company.
Yeah, but it's not just a meat truck. It's like an entire grocery store, basically, on wheels.
Expensive?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not cheap. Let's put it this way: I had it at the house that has the Corvette and the H3. Let's put it that way. It wasn't
Sausage.
We don't have any money. How can we pay him?
Well.
What kind of low is in your life where a naked Ron Jeremy is standing over you going, well.
Could you tell that was him?
Oh yeah, my God. Well, we had him on the old morning show a couple of times, and that dude is greasy. I mean, nice dude, super nice guy. But remember getting our picture taken with him?
Yeah.
I mean,
It was just kind of like, okay.
I got a photo of him.
Actually, you know what? Now that you say that, reminded me of a story of my whore ex-wife. Imagine that. Ron Jeremy
shocking.
Came to one of the clubs that she was working at, and and I don't know why I didn't react, like I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Looking back now,
and I can't believe I haven't thought of this before, and just until now. But it was a picture of my ex-wife sitting on one of Ron Jeremy's leg, and she was grabbing his cock.
That would normally throw up a red flag to most people.
It wasn't hard or anything. It was just she was grabbing his cock. She goes, "Oh, here, Ron Jeremy came. I came to the club." And I went, "Oh,
I'll bet he came."
Oh, look, the waiter came.
That doesn't mean Ron Jeremy fucked my ex-wife.
No, she probably just blew him. No big deal.
I don't think so. I think it was like I took it more of as a joke, but now that I think of it,
Hey, look at here.
It could be possible.
The Whalers came to the club I was working at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of the...
So now my whore ex-wife has sucked off the Whalers and Ron Jeremy.
And Ron Jeremy. It was probably...
Perfect. That's working really good for me.
Probably different days, though.
Speaking of bratwurst, there's a German restaurant in Chicago that got a world record with a 47-foot, 3-inch brat. Weighed more than 40 pounds, and the pig that was slaughtered to make the sausage was named Chick.
Chick the pig is now
Chick
gone.
the pig is now a 47-foot, 3-inch bratwurst.
Somewhere Steiny's got a hard on right now.
Sitting at bratwurst practice.
Oh, my God.
Bratwurst practice.
That's what Jeff accused me of going to every Wednesday night. Instead of softball, I had bratwurst practice.
How you doing with bratwurst practice? You're doing good, aren't you? You got to be a pro by now.
There's a person trying to sell their condo, and it's obviously in a community where all the condos look the same, which I never understood that.
To be honest with you, what's really the difference between a condo and a nice apartment? Besides the fact that you own
it.
I understand that, but
I guess, people mow your lawn, I guess. You don't got to worry about...
Well, either one.
Yeah.
Either
way,
one you have to pay association dues, the other one you don't.
The community all looks the same. It's almost like it's almost as creepy when I think of it as like Newtown in St. Charles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just and
Stepford wives walking around.
They want like $600,000 a house for those things in there, or at least some of them.
I'll have two of them, thanks.
I'll take two
right next door,
and then
to each
watch
other.
the weird lady walk the dog, and everyone. You walk out to get the paper,
right?
And you look up and you see 15 people looking at you,
right? Yeah.
And you're going, oh, what the hell?
The housewife at like 8:15 in the morning has already got heels on, and she's going outside to get the paper for her man. And they have their own store on the grounds. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, everything is self-contained in there, and it's like, I don't ever have to leave because I'm in Newtown. Anyway, this lady's trying to sell her house, and she's trying to make it stand out from, I guess, the 15 other condos that people don't want in the complex. And there's a bar right across the street called Grandpa's Bar, and it's been there for 100 years or whatever. So she put in the ad, you buy the house or you buy my condo, and I'll give you you'll get $1,000 bar tab over at Grandpa's Bar across the street.
That's a great idea.
And I thought, that's a hell of a perk. I mean, if you were thinking about it anyway.
I think we should buy it and broadcast from there.
And you at
least until the tab is up, right?
And then the question is, how long will it take for you to use that $1,000 tab?
Right.
Oh, we could do it in a week.
No problem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About Richie, you're a drinker, aren't you?
Oh,
wait a minute, $1,000 tab in a week?
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than that. The 5 of us? Yeah, we could.
And what would suck is you walk into the bar, you got the tab, you walk in the bar, you go, hey, Jim, what's going on, man? How are you? I need 15 margaritas. Sorry, your tab's up. Oh, fuck you.
Go buy another house, douchebag. I'm going to, you know what, speaking of gyms, I'm going to call Jim at Tri-County Realty and say, hey, you know all those houses you got up on the board that are in foreclosure? Throw up $1,000 tab at the local bar. See what happens.
Never know.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of liquor, here's me going to bring the whole room.
Liquor, I didn't even know.
I'm going to bring the entire room down, so bring us back up after I say this. Okay?
All right.
I've mentioned Ty's Liquor many times in Eureka. It's just an old neighborhood liquor store in the old part of Eureka, downtown Main Street of Eureka. And the owner, Karen, there, lost her husband several years ago. She's been running the place since. And she has helped me out with ice and booze for the 100-inning softball games. When I did a toy drive or helped out with a toy drive, she was closing another location, took all the toys from there and gave them to me, took all the toys out of her Eureka location of a liquor store, which is weird. You're selling toys at a liquor store.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess with the parents, you know, what kid don't want booze. He wants the paddleboard.
You know, my Trailblazer, I couldn't close the back glass gate because I had so many toys there, and I was getting toys together for Biscuit for his toy drive that he was doing. And she was killed in a car accident Sunday morning, at like 6 o'clock in the morning. She was just driving to work by herself, lost control of the car, airborne, and flipped, I guess, the car a bunch of times. Freaking dead. I fucking couldn't believe it when I was told about that.
What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know. Come on, funny man. Dance and sing or something. I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I just wanted to give a shout out to her and her family at Ty. And it's one of those things where there's like a growing memorial out front of Ty's Liquor where people are like dropping flowers there and stuff like that. That's really fucking
condolences
sad.
to everybody. You know,
was she drinking?
No, I don't. Well, it was 6:30 in the morning, so I don't think so. But you know, who knows?
Wow. When I first saw this headline, I immediately thought of Kara, just because it started out with 2 lesbians, and then I read on, and I was like, that can't be Kara.
Have you seen the pictures of the 2 of them, by the way? The 2 lesbians in this story? Yeah. I don't want to see them muff bumping or whatever it is she said.
A couple of lesbians robbed 29 homes. Now, check out the stuff that they stole. They got flat screens, facial creams, jewelry, video games, cameras, laptops, watches, 22 grand in cash, toy ponies, toy cars, toilet paper, a .22 revolver, a PlayStation, a Wii, knives, autographed baseballs, crazy glue, lube condoms, Virgin Mary statue.
No, come on, we gotta go. No, get the crazy glue.
3 things to make a cashier.
Sneakers, iPods, baby lotion, and ice cream. They even took a 55-inch TV without a car.
They were just carrying it down the road.
They carried it down the street because they lived like 4 houses.
That sounds like the beginning of a joke. It sounds like the beginning of a joke. Here, 2 lesbians walking down the street with a 55-inch TV. Oh, I've heard that one already.
Now, they were doing all this, of course, because they had a drug habit that they had to support. So there's that. And there's a missing lion as well, but no one has found it.
There's a lion?
There was apparently a lion within the general radius.
Like a real lion?
Like a real lion that's missing, and no one knows where it's at. But they haven't really connected the lesbians to the lion. Because after they got done stealing everything, they went back to the house and, ate each other's pussy. Pretty much is, hey, look at all the stuff we got. Here, get that pussy out.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. Did you get the Wii? I'm sorry.
You got the crazy glue, right?
I was sticking my 2 fingers in you, and I thought about the Wii bowling game. Did you get the Wii bowling game? Okay, you did? Okay, good.
Fuck me.
What the hell's wrong with you?
My nuts.
What about them?
It's been a long time problem. We're working on it.
Fuck.
You got a twisted testicle or what?
No. I was shaving. I was tidying up.
All right, that's good. I think we're officially out of time now.
And I brought the razor too close to my nutsack, and it nicked it. And it just...
Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, good for you. I thought he had a twist. I had a teacher one time that was just sitting up at the
had
chalkboard.
A twisted nut?
Yeah, it was like drawing on a chalkboard, and all of a sudden just hits the ground and starts wailing. and it was one of the brothers at the high school that I went to.
Nice.
I'm feeling
Christian Brothers High School.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
priest
Discomfort.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just hit the floor and he's like, oh! That's fucking. It ended up, we ran down to the office. They came, picked him up, and he had a twisted testicle.
Oh my God! I
Yeah.
wonder.
And there's probably because I had a roommate in college one time pulled one coming like a groin pull twisted nut coming out of the car.
Ugh.
I don't know how the hell he did it. And
What do you got? A groin pull twisted nut?
twisted nut. He went to the doctor and he said there's only one way to fix that.
And what is that?
I think you can
Untwist
figure
it?
it out.
No, I
Untwist
can't.
it?
Untwist it or take it off.
Untwist it.
So it's righty tighty, lefty
That's
loosey,
what.
right?
Yep.
Is that how you do that?
Righty tighty.
I think that's what it is. Righty tighty, lefty loosey is where it is.
I
so.
still say that time after time whenever I'm unscrewing something.
Right. I do the same thing too. Or when you're untwisting your nut. One of the two.
I'm either trying to get my tire off or I'm trying to untwist my nut.
When I'm fondling my berries, I always go to the left.
Squeezing the prostate.
We haven't done wrap up yet.
Quit surfing TMZ on the clock, douchebag. It's Celebrity Wrap Up with Thom and Jeff.
Pearl Jam's documentary called 20, directed by Cameron Crowe, is out with, and it's getting great reviews. They got over 1,200 hours of backstage footage and interviews with Eddie Vedder and his
Of course, you can't understand anything Eddie Vedder says in the interview.
But I guess Cameron
Pickle in the
Crowe
mouth.
addresses how fast Soundgarden broke on the scene and how they reacted to it. The war with Ticketmaster, remember when they had their big battle with them?
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. Apparently there was a rivalry between Soundgarden and, Pearl Jam and Kurt Cobain.
Really?
Well, you would think that it would make sense, that there would be at least behind the scenes because they were both hitting it at the same time.
Yeah, but they both come from the same area. You'd think they'd be supportive of each other.
Or it could turn into a rivalry when there's money and fans and ticket sales on the table.
Like you would think, I'm just going to say The Urge and Modern Day Zero.
Right. Now, I've heard of The Urge. Who's the other band?
Modern Day Zero. No, but they would get along, right?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
They're from the same town.
Okay.
Story of the Year in The Urge.
Having said that, Scotty, from a Modern Day Zero, did you have rivalries, quote unquote, with local bands when you guys were,
not really.
throwing down?
I think it was started more by the people around it than the actual bands because we never really had any problem with anybody.
But I don't know what the deal was between those two bands, but you can't tell me that there wasn't a time or two when a band that you shared a stage with, where's that chord? That amp, he's using my, you know what I'm saying? Or their drums.
That son of a bitch is using my kit.
Yeah, something to that effect.
It was more like bands that would get jealous because they think you're getting something because you're friends with someone else.
Ah, that would be us.
Right.
I didn't want to name any names.
Right.
So every time you guys did a remote and needed a band and we played, they were all like, well, fuck, they always get
That's
them.
bullshit.
No.
If you suck dick like we did, you'd be fine.
Well, here's the reason why. Here's the reason why we like Modern Day Zero so much. A, they sounded fucking good.
Yes.
B, they were tight as hell in concert.
Yes.
And C, they wrote great songs that everyone could sing along to.
I absolutely agree.
And if you had a band like that at the time, and had we known about it, we would have invited you.
Right. And here's the deal. If we didn't use you for something, it's because your band sucks. That's the reason why.
And
Now
I never
we're in
had
trouble.
the heart. I never had the heart to tell anybody that, if someone took the time to drop something off or to, here you go, will you listen to this disc? I never had the balls to go, they email, what'd you think? And I never, if I didn't like it, would say,
You just wouldn't write
your
back,
shit
right?
stinks.
Right. No, there's no reason to do that. That's a douche.
You
that's
always
a
got to
douche
look
move.
for a really like the chord progression on track 3.
Right.
I mean, what are you supposed to say?
I like song 6. Well, there was only 5 on there, Jeff.
It had a nice beat and it was easy to dance to.
I was tapping my foot all along.
And, given the fact that we're in Trailer Studios in beautiful Forestdale, Missouri, where they actually, record bands in the middle of doing Shaman's Harvests, right?
Yes.
Latest record.
Yes.
Cavo's been in here. Brooke Royal has been in here. And that's just the ones that I know off the top of my head. You guys can back us up by saying 90% of the CDs that we would have gotten in our hands from local bands. If the song could have been the greatest song in the world, the best writing in the world, but the production sucked a big, huge, hairy ball sack.
Well, yeah, you couldn't hear it. The mix was terrible. The production, the dynamics,
and it's not the band's fault. It's just, they just don't know how. A lot of times they just didn't know how to produce a record. And again, guess what? It's not our fault either. The song itself could have been the best song you ever wrote or recorded, but the production wasn't good enough to play on the radio.
Or how about this? The music is great, and the 30-second lead in, you're going, all right, you're jamming, and then you hear the first note out of the singer's mouth, and you go, off.
Right, yeah.
You go, and then something comes in the microphone, you go, no,
that's not him.
You guys need to get a new lead singer.
Oh, the lead singer, I get it. The lead singer's the one who has the practice space. Okay, gotcha.
Well, that's how I got in Modern Day Zero.
It's the hell of a practice space you got here. It's like when you were growing up, the kid that sucks the most on the soccer team, he plays the entire game is because his dad's the coach.
Right.
That's the reason why, right?
And that's the reason why Modern Day Zero was on the point all the time.
Absolutely.
Right.
We need to get you guys back together to play, don't you think?
The first Thom and Jeff live broadcast.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get the band back together.
Wanna?
Just a couple T-shirts.
Yeah, a couple T-shirts.
No big deal.
No big deal. Hey, just plug it in and do whatever it is you guys do.
Maybe a couple new songs, mostly old.
And is 7 Mary 3 going to be played? I want to hear Water's Edge, man. I always hear Cumbersome. I want to hear Water's Edge.
Oh, you know what? And speaking of concerts, I don't know if anybody in this room has Uverse, and I don't know if HDNet is only available on Uverse. I have no idea. But Uverse is a channel that has the Art Man Presents and those kind of things. Well, they have Sunday night concerts as well.
Oh,
I
cool.
saw you twat about this.
Yeah, and last night Green Day was on last night, and it was a hometown show, and it was one hell of a show.
Where are they from? California?
Yeah, it was at Pasadena, I think, is what it said. I'm not positive, but it was. They just redid the amphitheater, and Billy Joe said something about it cost like $30 million in 6 years. But hey, the place looks kind of nice, right? And of course, everybody went nutso. But it was weird to see a fourth guy out on stage with Green Day. Because it's always been the three
right there, and when they performed, when they had the Broadway show, and they were on Letterman, that guy was standing back there. It's kind of like the guy that, well, it's kind of, he's not part of the original,
right?
So you got to stand in the corner where no one can see you, and you better be good and don't fuck it up.
And but Billy Joe actually introduced him at one point.
Oh,
when he was
really?
doing a solo, he was like, "Hey, give it up for blah blah blah," and that shocked me. I was like, that guy knows his role. Stand there, play the licks, and shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Local H, what's the name of the song? Keep it copacetic. Born to be down.
Born to be down.
Or is that the name of the song?
No, I think it's copacetic, isn't it?
No, it's born to be down.
Yeah, I got it.
The guy comes out, the guy who came out and said, just don't get it.
Yeah.
That was the tour manager.
Really?
That was their tour manager. And that was his only job. He was literally, because I saw him before the show, setting everything up and making sure everything's okay. And then all of a sudden he comes
bound
up,
for the floor.
Bound for the floor. And then he came back and he sang that part, and then he puts the mic down and he walks
out
and walks back.
Remember back in the day, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones had a guy that just danced on stage, and that was it.
Yeah, and he was kind of chubby too. And I
don't remember what his body looked like, Tom.
I always thought as much as he jumped around,
you would think
that he would, because I couldn't keep up with 3 songs doing that.
No way.
With the Boss Tones.
Okay, and here's another thing. The concert after the Green Day one was Bush, live at somewhere. I don't know where it was. And I remember seeing Bush live at, I think it was Mississippi Nights, a billion years ago, possibly for one of the points, like birthday shows or a ho-ho show or something to that effect.
They were at Point Fest 3.
And they were phenomenal. Phenomenal. Last night, Gavin's voice was just, and he was like he was struggling to keep up with the songs.
I didn't hear any reviews from this past Point Fest, how they did.
I heard or read 2 or 3 on Twitter, and they said that Bush was amazing. So
yeah,
I was
they
like,
were all right, but they had a hard following the Urge being
Yeah.
from St. Louis. I mean, because they absolutely killed it. So.
And Bush was last, right?
Yeah, well, you got to take the energy of the Urge and then put it with Bush playing
swallowed.
Glycerin. Yeah. It's kind of like anticlimactic,
Right.
It's like rubbing your dick after it just came.
And the Foo Fighters concert on Saturday night, of course I didn't go, but I have heard nothing but great reviews from that. I guess
but how about
the Foo
a dick
Fighters
move,
played
though?
for almost 3 hours, I heard.
Yeah.
What was the dick move?
The dick move of was they wouldn't let, and maybe Todd Morgan would be a better person to talk about this, but they wouldn't let anybody from St. Louis do any photographs, including newspapers and periodicals, unless they got a copy of them and they had the legal rights over the pictures and all that stuff. Really surprised me, given Dave
So they
Grohl.
shut Todd down?
I don't know if they shut him down, but the agreement was, yeah, you can come take pictures, but we get copyright of them. We can use them for whatever we want, that sort of thing. And apparently that doesn't happen all the time because there was something
It doesn't,
from.
but it's the management.
I understand that, but you would almost think Dave Grohl is such a nice dude and so overpowering that he would get wind of that and say, fuck you guys. Maybe he didn't get wind of that. Maybe that's what it was.
Who knows?
Because this is the same band that went over to the Westboro Baptist Church people. I don't know if you saw that or not, and gave them a bunch of shit. He bowed up to the Westboro Baptist Church people. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But then you read the camera thing, and I was like, wow. You would think Dave would get wind of that and shut it down.
Yeah, or at least go ahead.
That's my story. I'm sticking to
Yeah. And it was either RFT or the Post. One of the two did something on Twitter saying, you won't. Hope you go to the Foo Fighters show because you won't see any pictures.
Wow.
I thought that was kind of a dick move.
Yeah, that is kind of a dick move.
It's management. Fucking management. Every
fucking
time
people.
they come in and they ruin everything.
Fuck it all up. As far as I know, looking ahead this week, Cara the Lesbian's going to be on Wednesday.
Right on.
And
hopefully she won't be hungover.
Yeah, no, she texted me and apologized. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that'll never."
No,
happen
she did
again."
a great Sarah
Yeah,
Palin. I mean, there was nothing wrong with her being hungover.
No,
Actually, come in hungover. Why not?
Fuck it.
Bring a handlebar with you.
Why not? Are you having a good time over there, Coach?
I came in hungover today.
Good for you.
Come on, Karen.
Congratulations.
It's all right. No, I'm kidding. I don't drink on the weekends. So.
You don't?
Just
during You're lying. I can see it in your eye. I mean,
you can hear it in my ears, can't you?
Yes. All right. So you said you'd give some more thought to this Bears-Rams thing throughout the show. We're about ready to wrap it up. What do you think?
Bears-Packers?
Bears.
Bears-Packers.
Sorry.
Maybe the loser has to wear something in studio, like.
How about a goofy looking red hat? Oh no, wait, Tom's already. got
Tom's already got
today.
that on.
Never mind.
So
How did you know?
That's how bad it is.
I've been staring at that ugly thing all morning.
It's a
damn.
flop hat. It was raining outside. I wanted to keep my head
If a
dry.
blind man wouldn't wear it,
The blind man's giving you
what?
shit about.
maybe Tom.
see.
Maybe Tom's got a Bears jersey.
Waitress,
that you could-
Rhonda, fuck off. Seth. Thank you. No, make that a double fuck off for everybody. Round the horn. On me.
I would tell you to kiss my ass too, but you probably can't find it, you blind motherfucker.
I was going to ask you how long you had to wear that to win the bet. I didn't know if there was some sort of.
There's nothing wrong with
Well,
my
maybe Tom's got a Bears jersey you could wear.
See, I don't want to put anything on that he's worn though, and that's just a hygiene thing.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Here's the thing. All right.
Maybe
How
you've
about
got a
this?
Packers
How about
jersey.
the loser goes to Walmart and has to buy a pair of granny panties?
Oh. I'm already hard, but go ahead.
And then
you guys got to buy one of the three things that you name on your list. On the three things from shopping.
Or you got to buy all three of them.
Yeah, you got to buy all three of them.
Oh, that was just one of the groups of three. That's a good, okay, but what were you going to say?
I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say,
Granny panties?
just buy a pair of granny panties, and that's all you wear during the podcast. and then we'll take a picture of it and we'll throw it up on the
Facebook page.
I'm down for that. As long as you know that if I lose, you might see my colostomy scar. As long as you're okay with that.
That's fine, straight up.
Okay.
And
I
then,
won't see anything in
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
I got it made on this bet.
And then you got to, obviously, it's a 3:00 game on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
So after the game, someone's going to Walmart and getting a pair of granny panties.
So it's going to be on Monday's show, a week from today.
Yes.
You know what?
Okay.
To enhance the two bets, because you suggested maybe going to lunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe you should wear the granny panties to lunch.
Rookies would let us do that, wouldn't they?
Or at least just wear them behind the wheel when you go through the drive-thru.
Right. Yeah. The drive through a White Castle. I'd
You
like
got to walk
a
into
10
a
sack.
fast food joint in the granny panties.
I need a crave case. These used to fit me.
That'd be some good video.
Yeah, that would be good. Speaking of, I brought in a webcam. I don't know if we
Yeah.
can set that up anytime soon, but
Well, it wasn't going to happen today.
well, no, of course not.
Actually,
Why would it happen?
Actually, I lost that motherfucker.
Oh, good. If I see it at Lee's Pawn Shop, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, the whole idea is I would like to stream the show live.
Yeah.
And then also record it and upload it, stuff like that.
Right
from
on.
the studio here.
It sounds good to me.
I think you guys would do great streaming.
Well, speaking of all of that, the website, again, mytomandjeff.com, and eventually what we're going to do is some sort of, well, we have Chris in the background putting up a big fancy website is what he's working on.
Yep, from 13 Design, right? That's
13
that's
Design.
We
That's
got to
exactly
throw him
it.
a shout. He's
Yeah,
doing a lot of
13 Design. You can find him on Facebook as well. So things are happening behind the scenes here, which are really cool.
Yeah, the gerbils are running.
Right. And we've got stickers
that's how
coming
everything's
tomorrow.
powered.
Right.
Did you know that?
That's how
Trailer
they do it
studio.
in Forestell. That's how they do it.
Hey, Rich, that hamster's dead.
We need a new hamster. And,
Throw them on the barbecue pit.
Slot 18 needs a new one.
So we got stickers coming, I think, tomorrow. So we're going to figure out a way to get those to everybody. And what else? Anything?
I want to know what people think about us coming to their local bars.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Broadcasting live.
There
Not
you go.
live, but
That's-
recording the podcast.
Yeah, recording the podcast and get that way you guys can get in on the podcast. You know, we can hang out with everybody, have a drink or two.
That'd be really cool. I'd like to do that.
All right, so if you got a bar or know a bar that might want to do that, mytomandjeff.com, and there's an email link. Look for Kara on Wednesday. Coach, you come back whenever you want to, all right?
Hey, you just let me know.
All right, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I
bet.
guess we're finished.
Yeah, that's all we got for today. We'll try to do it again tomorrow. Big hugs.
See you guys.
That's a wrap.